Hey everyone, welcome back to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Wow, today's been kind of a crazy day. And I actually debated on whether or not I was going to do this particular video today because just so much has happened and there have been so many videos put up on YouTube and throughout, people talking throughout social media and all on this particular topic, and I just wasn't sure if I should, put my own spin on it or add anything to it. I didn't want to feel like I was piggybacking off of so many other people, but you know what? Hey, you guys are subscribed. You guys watch my channel, and part of me feels like I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't put something out there. Even if you're subscribed and you've seen what all the other people have had to say already, I just felt like it was, part of my duty having a channel like this to say something. So here's the something. Earlier today, and I'm going to give total credit and total props to Justin at Console Kits, okay? I right around lunchtime or so, I happened to go on and I saw Console Kits had posted a video, and it looked like he had found, and again, I don't know if this originated from him or if he found it through other means and was just putting it up on his YouTube. He actually did a live stream for this. By the way, I will link to that in the description because you guys need to check him out if you're not following Console Kits or if you haven't seen his video. And there's a couple of reasons why I'm going to link to him in the video below. But he did a whole stream on a huge amount of leaks for Arcade1up machines supposedly coming out this year. And this comes from, of all places, GameFly? It's just a weird place for this to originate from. I didn't even know GameFly had Arcade1up units. I thought they were just, for game rentals and console game purchasing and whatever. I had no clue they even had partnerships with Arcade1up, but they did, and boy, did they cause a stir today. Part of the reason I'm going to link to Console Kits video is because all the stuff I'm going to be talking about you can't find anymore. So watch his video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So here's the gist of it, okay? So earlier today, GameFly on their site, and if you went to their site and you searched for Arcade1up, they had a huge list of games on there, not just for stuff that's already been released, but for up and coming stuff all throughout this year. There were like 56 different units on there, all scheduled to come out throughout 2022. Now, some of them, interestingly enough, were the things we already knew about. They had listings for the Centipede Atari Legacy Cab. They had listings for the Midway 30th Anniversary Legacy, for the Pac-Man Bandai Legacy. The ones that were announced at CES we knew were coming out. All, I think, listed to drop in July, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay. They had the new Golden Tee on there. They had it set for, I believe, like April 15th, so the middle of next month. So a little bit later than what was said by Arcade1up. But again, that's GameFly. They're a retailer. Maybe that's when they're set to get it. They also had the Shaq NBA Jam on there. Again, I forget the date. I want to say, again, maybe summertime set for that. But, Arcade1up still doesn't have a date on their thing on it. And then this is where all the speculation has come in. This is where everybody has just gone crazy, okay? Because they also had NFL Blitz on there, scheduled for release in November. They had Time Crisis shooting game on there for October. They had a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 scheduled for October. They had another Capcom Legacy in there, and that one I missed the date on. I can't remember. Check out his video. He's got it on there. But they had some weird units called Collectorcades that nobody can figure out what those are actually supposed to be. Okay? And let me show you this really quick. This is a screenshot from Reddit, okay, and this is actually making the rounds. I think a few people have been posting this to Reddit, but somebody went on and they just took captured a couple of screenshots of GameFly. So now you can see what I'm talking about here. And this isn't even all the ones that I mentioned. These are just some of the ones that they captured. So again, you got Time Crisis, middle of October. Golden Tee, April, we know that. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, middle of October. Arcade1up Pac-Man Couchcade. Again, whatever the hell a Couchcade is, coming in April. Pac-Man Collectorcade, coming in July. What's a Collectorcade? Here's that NFL Blitz, November. Interestingly enough, this is something I didn't notice before, but it's standing out to me now. Every one of these dates is the 15th of a month, all middle of the month. That's really interesting. Really interesting. All right, let me pull back for a minute. So, couple of things. First off, if you go to GameFly right now and you search for Arcade1up, you will not see any of these. They have all been wiped clean. The only thing on there is the currently available units and the Golden Tee still showing as April 15th. But on their site it says sold out. And I think that's just because GameFly doesn't have a mechanism for pre-order. So until it's actually available from them as a retail unit, they're going to show as sold out. Okay, it's not sold out, it's just not available yet. At least that's my thoughts on why it looks the way it does. But all the rest of this stuff, gone. And it was gone within an hour of the original posts going up, of everybody who originally started commenting on this. So let's talk about a couple of things here, okay? Blitz has been on the table for a long time. And I'm just gonna talk about me for a minute. I did a video about a month or so back, like right after the Super Bowl, about NFL Blitz. You know, when everybody thought that was going to be announced, and it turned out to be the Shaq NBA Jam. Okay, and yes, it was a little bit of quote unquote Monday morning quarterbacking, because I was talking about it after the fact and saying, you know, why did people think that that's what it was going to be? But I understand why they thought that's what it was going to be. But at the time, I said, if it's coming, it's not coming till later in the year, because I don't see them doing it when there's no football season. I think if they're going to do it, they're going to do it during football season. My thought was, like, you know, into football season, early into football season, or towards the end, right before the Super Bowl. November fits. November fits because you're just into the main start of the season. Right, you're about halfway. All right, you're about halfway through the season, maybe in November 15th. Okay, so that's a good time to release that. So that date makes sense. So there's that. Okay, I also did a video recently about my wish list, and which is going to wind up being a series. I'm going to be doing another one soon. But my first wish list was a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 unit. It was actually a Marvel, what I called a Marvel Legacy, and what I wanted to see was all of the Marvel games on one unit, but barring that, I wanted to see the Marvel Capcom games all come on one unit, with Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as the main, and then, you know, whatever else they could fit on there that might, you know, fit that kind of mold and genre. And at the time, I had forgotten that they actually have a not a countercade. They have the cocktail table, a Marvel vs. Capcom cocktail table, which has all of those Marvel Capcom games on it, except obviously it doesn't have Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It has all the ones that they've released on it. There's like 8 games on it. I'm hoping that this is basically a stand-up version of that, adding Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and maybe a few other games. Make it like a legacy. Put 12 games on there. Okay? Put the 9 or so Marvel vs. Capcom games on there, and then round it out with 3 or, you know, another 3 games. So, and that's in October. I'm fingers crossed for that one. Time Crisis, I would love, because of the shooters, that's the one I'm most looking forward to. I know a lot of people are looking forward to House of the Dead, and I think we will get a House of the Dead eventually. But I would love for it to be Time Crisis first. That's just me. So there's a lot to be excited here if this is true. All right. Here's a weird thing, though. There's one title that is conspicuously absent from this list. Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair was not on the GameFly leak. Now, that is up for pre-order in June. I don't remember seeing it on the list. I mean, maybe I'll go back and rewatch, his video again. You can rewatch it. Tell me if I'm totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. But Dragon's Lair, I didn't see it in the original list, okay? I don't know why. I mean, if you're going to list all these crazy things that are supposed to come out this year, including things that we already know are 100% legit. We know Golden Tee is legit. We know the Legacy Cabs are legit. We know the Shaq NBA Jam is legit. Dragon's Lair is legit. It's coming up for pre-order in June. Why didn't that make the list? So it's a red flag to me among all of this. Just saying. It's just weird that Dragon's Lair wasn't included in the list. Just weird. And again, all of these have been taken down. So what do we take from that? To me, it's one of two things. Either Arcade1up has put out a list to some of its retail partners of everything they plan to have released this year, and GameFly accidentally posted that whole list. That's the high hopes, optimistic view here that I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and hold on to, is that they got a list and that they put it up totally by accident, that they weren't supposed to list all of those things. I don't know what the other option is, that this was just a complete mistake, that somebody just put up their wish list on GameFly, and when they realized the mistake, they took it down. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. So, it's really, really interesting what happened here. That all of this popped up and then was just immediately taken down. Like somebody up big time, and they tried to correct it as fast as they could. But it's out there. The internet is forever. People have video already. People have screenshots already. So this is not going to go away. I guess at this point, my guess is we're not going to hear anything for real until E3. That's my guess. Or we're going to get a trickle. So we've had CES in January. You got the Legacy titles announced. Okay? We had the NBA Jam announcement at the Super Bowl weekend, February. So that was a new title in February. Here we are mid-March. We just got the Golden Tee official announcement coming out, and the Dragon's Lair announcement. So we actually got 2 in March. Okay? Are we going to hear about 1 or 2 titles every month this year? I'd be okay with that. I'd be perfectly fine to hear about a new title every month. And you got a lot of this stuff. Like, a lot of this stuff wasn't scheduled to come out until late in the year, October, November. So I'm thinking those have got to be the E3 announcements. If you're not going to put something out till October or November, you're not going to talk about it in March and April. You're going to wait till summertime. June is a really good time to announce stuff coming out in the fall. Why not? Like I said, it's March, and we know about Dragon's Lair coming out in June, or at least up for pre-release in June, probably releasing at the end of the month or early July. June, July, August, September. So yeah, I mean, you're talking 3 or 4 months away. I think we got to keep our eye on E3. That's what I think for all of these. So you know what? I don't want to go too long on this because everybody, I mean, this has been talked about already like crazy. I just wanted to throw it out there, throw my 2 cents into there. I find it really interesting that this stuff was up and then down like immediately. So, you know, we just got to see what happens. You know, none of this is confirmed. You got to treat it all as a rumor now. You got to treat it all with huge grains of salt until we know more. But, you know, it's reason to be excited. It's reason to think that there's a lot more coming this year than just rehashes of the same old, which is how I think a lot of us felt after CES. Let me move on now, okay? Because that's it for that. But I did want to bring up just a couple of other quick pieces of news that have come up in the last couple of days. And the first has to do with that Golden Tee announcement, okay? When I put up my video yesterday, I had made the video pretty much right after the announcement had happened. So it was just up on the Arcade1up site for pre-order, however you want to look at it, considering it's coming out, you know, it's going to be available in a couple of weeks. Now, there's one retailer who also has it up for pre-order, and this happened yesterday afternoon after I'd already made the video and had it posted. This popped up, so here it is. So right now, if you go to Best Buy, you will see that they have the Golden Tee 3D unit up for pre-sale on their site as well. And it's the same price as Arcade1up, $699.99. I will tell you, like, from my area, if I look at this, it is saying pre-order yours now to get it on April 3rd, free shipping. And that sounds about right to me. I mean, if these are supposed to ship at the end of the month, yeah, to get it the first week of April sounds about right. So you should probably be able to get it pretty much the same time as if you order it from Arcade1up. Maybe sooner, I don't know. But, you know, that's the nice thing. So, I mean, as far as why would you order it from Best Buy instead of directly from Arcade1up? Well, they both offer free shipping now. So that's not a concern. But if you order it from Best Buy, number one, you might be able to do pickup if they have them at a store in your area. And number two, if you get it and you have some kind of a problem with the unit and you need to return it, it's going to be a lot easier to take it back to a store and return it than to ship it back to Arcade1up if you have a problem. Just saying. So, you know, something to keep in mind. And like I said, even if you do the shipping, you know, I guess this may depend on where you live, but at least in my area, we get it pretty quick from the looks of it. So, something to keep in mind. Now, one other piece of interesting news in terms of Arcade1up that I wanted to point out is on the Simpsons cab at Walmart. Now, a lot of us know that Walmart has discounted the Simpsons Arcade1up cab to $3.99. Now, if you buy that one, you are buying the unit with the riser. It does not have a light-up control deck, although it does have the light-up marquee. And it does not come with the stool. And that's what you get for $3.99. And I know there's been a ton of crazy stories of people going into their local Walmart and finding them at like $200 and under on clearance. Okay, so I'm talking about what they post on the website. Now, if you go and you look again, they've also discounted the one with the light-up deck protector and the stool. So right now at Walmart, you can get the Simpsons 4-player cab with the riser, with the light-up marquee, with the lighted-up deck protector, and the stool. And I don't know if this comes with the tin. I know there was a version that came with a tin sign. It doesn't say, oh yes it does, there it is. This even comes with the tin sign, okay? Down from $6.99 to $4.99. So only $100 more than the one without the extras. So, you know, hey, just something to keep in mind. If you didn't pick up the Simpsons at $3.99 because you really wanted the stool or whatever, now they've got discounted for $4.99 for the one with the stool. So again, that's a pretty good deal for this particular unit. So I wanted to throw that. As long as I was talking about Arcade1up and different things going on, I figured I would mention both of these things going on right now, just so you know, so you have some options. All right, and I'm going to leave it there for now. That's it for this video. Like I said, I didn't want to make this super long. I think I talked enough about the leaks. I'm sure I talked over what I should have about the leaks. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop the video here. And hey, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this. You know, if you are subscribed to the channel, thank you. Again, I really appreciate all my subscribers so much. Really do. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscription button. If you want to be notified when I put new videos out, hit the notification bell. Feel free to share this video around because that always helps the channel grow. And I will be back real soon because I have another video I've been working on for the better part of this week that keeps getting bumped by all this crazy news. And it has to do with a couple of stools that I bought from Home Shopping Network that I did an unboxing, a put together, and a review of. And that'll be up either tomorrow or Friday once I get it done, barring any other craziness that happens in the next couple of days. Because, you know, when this stuff happens, I feel like you got to get it out right away. So look forward to that. That's going to be coming in the next day or two. And yeah, for now, that is it. And I will see you in the very near future. Have a great day.